Hey everyone, Teddy here. Today I'm actually going to be dyeing my hair millennial pink, or pale pink, rose gold, any of those combinations. I'm starting from a kind of golden base. My natural hair has actually gotten quite a bit darker over time. I used to be kind of this color, but let's just say I've gotten highlights and stuff to try to recapture my youth. And you know, a little story about me, I used to dye my hair quite a bit. Lots of fun colors like teal and green, but today I'm choosing to go pink. I haven't gone fun colors in a long time. I was going through my bachelor's program at university, and for some reason I had this weird thought in my mind that, oh, I have to be professional because I need to get a job, even though I had like visible tattoos and piercings, but for some reason I couldn't get back into coloring my hair. Well, today, now that I'm in my master's program, I decided, hey, I'm a grown-ass man, I can do whatever I want, and I want pink hair. I recently moved to Germany, so all of my professional tools are left in the United States. So I'm going to be using stuff I've found around my house. Let's see how this goes. So like I said, I'm starting with kind of a golden blonde. It's definitely light enough for what we're going to be needing it to be at to get a pink color. As you can see, it's lighter at the ends and it kind of darkens towards the roots. As far as the millennial pink goes, the darker roots is definitely in style. So I'm actually quite excited about that. I chose pink because, well, pink is awesome, but also because it fades really nice. I've seen it on lots of people. Even if you go months without dyeing it, it actually fades to be kind of a nice color. So I'm excited to try it out, and I think it's going to be really easy to take care of. As far as starting with this base, regardless of your hair color, you're going to have to probably bleach it. So that's what this is. This is highlights and I regret to say, but like sun in. But yeah, you're going to want to bleach it up. I'm not going to show you that in this film today, but bleach it up, and when you do that, it's probably going to be at this sort of brassy gold stage. So if you leave your hair at this color, when you add the pink to it, that's fine. However, just know it's not going to be pale pink. It's not going to be a pink. It's going to be more like a peach color, which is awesome. That's a really cool color. I've considered doing that, but I've decided for today and for the hair that I really want to try that millennial pink. So what I'm actually going to be doing first is toning this brassiness a little bit. For today's purposes, the colors I'm going to be using are the Virgin Snow with Manic, as well as Cotton Candy Pink. So first I'm going to use the Virgin Snow, of course, to to tone my highlights. What this does is this actually kind of neutralizes it. You know, you see, oh, it's purple, it's going to turn my hair purple. No, actually what it's going to do is kind of turn this orangey brassiness to kind of a more white or cool blonde. So what that does as a base is it helps neutralize it so the pink can really come through. If I just put pink straight on this, the orange, the browns, they're going to come through also, and so it's going to mix it and make it peach. So to get the pink, we're going to start with a more neutral base. First, I'm going to tone my hair, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to make your hair a lovely millennial pink. Hey, I actually had to go to a class, so I just threw my hair up. It obviously is done toning. So let me just show it to you really fast. It actually didn't tone as much as I was expecting. As you can see, it's definitely less orange, but it's still quite that sort of straw yellow. And there's several reasons why this probably happened. One of them is that I didn't wrap my hair up. This was a recommendation by Manic, but I actually just assumed that that was more for the intense colors. At least in my experience with doing hair, toners just tone. You don't always necessarily need an external heat source. Another reason is that my hair is not the like white blonde tone that usually needs to be the base for these deep colors or these bright colors. So I'm totally fine with it. Like, I am not interested in bleaching my hair, so I'm actually just going to do the pink with the tone it's currently at. See, as you can see, it's definitely, you know, it's definitely less orangey. That's great. That means it's going to be more of a true pink, but I'm totally open now to the idea of it being more peachy and obviously kind of a darker tone than pale pink. So moving on to the next steps, it's pink time. So when I rinsed out the toner, I did not condition, which usually with my curly hair is quite a no-no. But do not, especially if you're doing a toning first or a bleaching first, do not condition afterwards. You need your hair to be porous and open so that it will accept the pink. Due to the fact that the toner didn't really do much to my hair, this time around with the pink, I am going to be wrapping my head in tin foil, as plastic wrap doesn't really exist here and I don't really want to use plastic wrap anyways. So I will be preventing communication telepathically while dyeing my hair. What you'll need for the pink this time around is a bowl. Don't use a white bowl, it will color it. If you put this cotton candy pink straight under your hair, it will turn that color. Well, obviously depending on how light your hair already is, but that's the color that it's trying to pull. That's quite pink. While that might be pretty cool, that's not necessarily what I'm going for. So the technique that you can use is by mixing it with white conditioner. Basically what the white conditioner does is it thins out the molecules of this color. So it'll make it more of a pastel. Make sure that you use a white or cream-based conditioner. If you were to use a brown conditioner, it actually interacts with the color, and so it could also deposit this, and that's not what you want. You want a neutral base. Since I'm not starting with as much of a neutral base, I obviously want to mix with white only because then it'll give me the pinkest hair possible. Like I said, it's not going to be ideal, that pastel pink. I would have had to bleach up to more of a white blonde, but I think this is going to be great. It's a great base to start with, and my hair needs to take a break, so I'm excited for a deposit-only color, also with a nourishing mask of the conditioner. So first, you're going to want majority conditioner, especially if you want a pastel color. Basically, you can tone your little mixture to what you want the end result to be. I might add slightly more pink than you would if you had a white hair base, or very, very bleached blonde base, only because it's going to be a little harder for the pink to show through the pigment that's already there. So I'm going to add quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, just because I, again, only have half a head of hair, so I'm going to be modest with the amount I add, especially since this stuff is hard to find in Germany. And then here I go with my pink. I'll show you just my mix. I'll show you my mixture when I'm done. This is the color I have now. So I'm gonna start applying it with my hands. Well, I see some bits changing already, so I'm gonna let this soak up here. For a while. I hope it was pink enough. We'll see. Somehow I'm gonna wrap my hair in some little tinny foil. Aluminum foil. Aluminum. I was like with a French accent. Good to go. So now I'm going to get an actual watch and set it for at least 30 minutes, sit by my radiator, and then wash it out. I'm gonna wash it out with shampoo, and yes, this time condition. You really want to condition because you want to reclose those cuticles on your hair in order to keep as much of the color in as possible. Manic, Panic, and most semi-permanents don't actually penetrate your hair, they actually just coat the outside. But with heat, and if your hair is porous, it can get in there, so if there's any chance of that happening, I'd like to keep it that way. So I'm gonna, of course, condition and hydrate as much as possible after you put the dye in. So I will see you in circa 30 to 40 minutes. Take care. Hey, so I let my hair dry. I actually went to sleep because it was pretty late, so this is the next day in the morning. So, it's actually way less pink than I was expecting, which is fine. It's way better than the straw yellow. So as you see, it's kind of like a champagne rose gold. It's pretty cool. I do think that next time, so probably pretty soon, I'm gonna just put the pink directly on my hair rather than dilute it. I thought diluting it would give it a less intense color, which yes it did, but I think with my base color it just isn't working out like I thought it would, which is fine. This was an experiment to begin with. This can help show the world what my color hair would look like with this dye, especially diluted. But honestly, it looks pretty nice. Like I said, I like it better than the gold or the straw that was there. It's kind of strawberry, as you see where the ends are most porous. It's quite pink. But I think if I put the dye directly on it, it's gonna be so much more vibrant, but not like neon pink. That would only happen if I had the white blonde hair. But yay for rose gold strawberry. Hey, so here's the finished product. My hair's not 100% dry yet, but you can already see the color it's gonna be. I also trimmed it a little bit just because the ends really needed it. But I am extremely happy with it. I don't know why I didn't just put the pink straight on. I guess I assumed that pink was gonna be extremely pink. At least that's what the color itself looked like. And I know, of course, with the golden hair it would change, but I don't know, I really like it. This is actually quite the pastel, rose gold color I was going for, and I just created a little too much work for myself, but it ended up being fine anyways. If anything, diluting it with the conditioner just helped strengthen it beforehand. And now I have like really soft and good hair. So to maintain this, I'm just gonna put the Manic Panic Cotton Candy Pink straight on. And when it fades, it's gonna look really great. I'll even do an update video showing what it looks like when it's super faded and then refreshing it with new color. But yay! I really like how it's different depending on the type of hair color I have, which makes it pretty diverse. Like I said, my hair's still pretty wet, but yay! Colorful hair, I love it. Hey, thanks for watching everyone. I wanted to give you an update on my hair. I've washed it now twice, and I don't actually wash my hair that often. I'm going to tell you about that in another video. But as of right now, I'm really liking how the color is maintaining. As you see from the front, because of my new growth, you can't really tell I have pink hair, but I'll have a little pink surprise when I put my hair up. So as you can see, it has faded quite nicely. It's now kind of like a coppery color, but it's not that like screaming orange copper. It's quite nice, it's salmony, it's champagne. I get compliments on it. I feel euphoric. It's great. I recommend it to anybody who has golden hair if you want to just have a little fun. It's not, of course, going to be a bright neon pink. That would require white hair. But again, if you have natural golden hair or sort of tired, yellowy, sun-end hair, this is a great option to add a little fun to your life. And I'm actually quite happy with it. I'm going to keep doing this from now on. Even with my new growth coming out, I think it's just a great color addition to the hair I already have. So thanks again for watching the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be making some more how-to videos as well as some vlogs about my journey moving to Germany and all that stuff. Thanks again. Have a great day.